Hello. Um, we're going to talk about the dark violet light. And that is my practice with my master transmit to me. And when the West spent 18 billion research on that, and that's this picture coming in. And every time I have this picture in my bedroom, and it's really helped me to understand, because you feel the energy, you feel the power, and you feel the connection. So this violet light, they themselves have the intelligence, wisdom and intelligence. That's what it is. So this violet light also is the DNA, is the major light in our DNA. And we mentioned yesterday, when a cells they've been turned off this violet light, they turn into cancer cells. And that is amazing. This is the West research. And in the Tao way, we always like to see that this light come to us, and the most important part is reflecting. Is reflecting this light. So we have actually a mirror, or we call the optic fiber, actually like mirror. So when see things, it hit. It's 45-degree mirror. Actually, it's the optic fiber, optic nerve. So when the light hit here, it's reflecting down, reflect back into the center of the brain. And we recognize the image as what? So the Tao discovered that this mirror, if you are reflecting light, so the rainbow color come in. So the violet light come in. So now we know that the whole universe, and that means everywhere. They said the whole universe are covered with this dark violet light. So that means you have no way to run away. So wherever you are in this dark violet light. And this dark violet light, so in the Tao we say that this violet light, they have intelligence. They have wisdom and intelligence. And it have the power of healing also. That's why this violet light. So this violet light, the universal violet light energy has intelligence. That's the first step. You have intelligence, have wisdom, a network interconnecting to each other. So that is very important. And it's very similar to our brain, okay? And to our brain, and connecting to the whole body. So this dark violet light connecting to the whole universe, interconnecting together. And now, so they have wisdom, intelligence, and wisdom. And this violet light have the highest healing power. That is the highest healing power. And this violet light can be programmed. So all what you learn here, you are programming. I help you, especially when you learn the fusion. That's the next level. Because you divide all the organs into each elements, and you're programming them. So what you're learning here, I help you to program yourself. Okay? So you are programming this violet light. And the violet light can be programmed. Once you understand that violet light have intelligence and can be programmed. So you can program them. Now, violet light has intelligence, which is, in the Tao, we believe that this violet light also, when this violet light have intelligence, and they are become soul and spirit. Okay, so this violet light have intelligence, that is become the newborn, we call the soul and the spirit. Okay, so that is out of our space. There are so many of these newborn soul and spirit. It's just okay, yeah, and they are highly intelligent, develop violet light, which is the highest intelligence of the soul and the spirit. So the soul and the spirit is the intelligent energy. That's all. Okay, they are the same. So our soul and spirit also the intelligent energy, but we have chance they come into us and take a body. So not every soul and spirit that floating in the space have chance to get a body. Okay, so in the Tao say that when a soul and spirit, they're lucky to get a body, and you become here. Okay? So you have this intelligent energy. There is a dark violet light. Okay? And highly intelligent developing violet light, and this highly intelligent is our soul and spirit, and can help connect and control this big. So all the spirit that have intelligence are help controlling this universe in a law and order. And that's what we believe, that this highly intelligent is the violet light. So and the light, when they come in, and we have a mirror, we call optic nerve. So when you see it, it always hit on the back and reflect it. So when you, I'm going to help you again, and when you close your eye, you think the light come in and reflecting on the optic nerve on the back. Optic nerve exactly is a mirror. We call the optic nerve. Okay, so it's like this. So the light heat coming in and hit, and it reflecting down into the body. So this violet light, when you see it reflecting into the body, and it's in the violet light. But this violet light have all the rainbow color. So when it reflect down to the organ started to absorb the light. That's what they are. So in the Tao, we give the heart a red light. Okay? And the spleen is the yellow light. And the lungs is a white light. And the kidney is a blue light. And the liver is a green light. So that is very clear cut, that the violet light. So when you receive this light and reflecting, and you have them guide them into their organs, and you can see your organ. Okay? So in the Tao practice, very emphasize that when you turn inwardly and see your organ grow with their own color. This is very important. It grow with their own colors. So when you see that the heart grow with bright red light, and it's shining radiant out, heart, the only one organ can shining radiant. So when you have love, and you feel the heart shining radiant, you radiate out love, joy, happy, appreciation to the body. And every cells, when they receive this love, joy, happiness, they have energy. Okay? That's why when the heart stops, everything stops. Nobody want to work. All the cells say, oh, my Lord, my emperor not working today, job, finished. Okay? So that is the, so when you feel you're smiling down, so you see the heart grow with red bright light, radiant out love, joy, happiness. And from the optic fiber here, reflecting down, so when it comes down to the spleen, it's yellow, it absorbs yellow light, come up to the lung, it absorbs the white light, come up to the kidney, absorb the blue light, come up to the liver, absorbing the green. So you see your organs grow with light. They go with bright light. And the bone, we give them a golden color, a golden bone, yellow golden bone. So see your body bone grow with gold color. And the gold color also in the Tao practice is health and wealth. Okay? If you want wealth, you work with your solar plexus and you have a golden aura. And this one grow from here, golden light, and you bring them into the bone and see the bone is golden. That is well for you. The whole body have gold, So that you feel this solar plexus, a golden light radiant out with the whole body. And now you started to have, we have the whole course for the wealth and practice. Because it's all you do is golden light. And that is the solar plexus. And the back here, we have two light. One is golden light, golden moon. One is silver moon. So the golden moon have to reflecting into the brain and reflecting into the solar plexus. And you have to have the golden light radiant out into the bones. So the whole bone started to radiant out with golden color. And the aura coming out, gold. And on here you have silver, and you have the golden moon, and you have silver moon. The silver moon is the white light for us is the energy of our white blood cell. Okay, so when you have the silver moon shining to the center of the brain, and you're shining down to perineum, and you feel the whole perineum white. So for ladies, very important. You have to first see disinfection, because the white light is disinfection, the whole in the perineum area. So the whole vagina, because the vagina is a big opening. So always you have to have white light reflecting down here, and the disinfection. And when you see the perineum white light, for men and women also, when they see the whole perineum with white light, because the silver moon on the back of the head. When the silver moon, when you can get the silver moon on the back of the head, now and you're shining down to perineum. Now the silver moon that shining down to perineum is the energy of the white blood cell. When the white blood cell know silver moon, they have no energy. The soldier no energy to fight, so they cannot do anything. Okay, so that is the major. So this one. So there is. We will talk a little bit about today. This silver moon, golden moon, and silver moon. This silver moon, this golden moon. So it's on the back, and I affect us a lot. So every day, if I have the silver moon shining down to my perineum. And I feel my perineum with white light. Now I know that when I perineum have white light, I know that the immune system, because this white light is the energy of the soldier. Because all the white blood cells need white light. When they have no white light, they cannot do the war, cannot fight, because they have no energy. Yeah. And so today we will learn. We have one breathing. So we will start with. So the Tao practice, we have a lot of breathing. So we're going to work on the embryonic breathing. The embryonic breathing, we said, is a baby breath. So baby not breathing. So it's not breathing. Okay. The baby is in the fetus. The fetus in the stomach, it never breathes, because they get oxygen through the navel, so they don't breathe. So we call embryonic breathing. So embryonic breathing is, let's do the embryonic breathing. And when you have the embryonic breathing, sometimes we call true breath, and the breath of essence. And so it also, after that, the same embryonic breathing will activate the four diaphragm. Okay. So the four diaphragm is the four diaphragm. For we have the diaphragm, that is a big one, and we have the pubic diaphragm, that is the lower part, and we have the pubic diaphragm, and we have the cranial diaphragm, and the larynx diaphragm. We have four diaphragm. But the one that we are going to emphasize more is this thoracic diaphragm and the pubic diaphragm. Pubic diaphragm affecting the cranial. Okay? So when we started to do so we're going to start with the embryonic breathing. So embryonic breathing is very we call the true breath, the breath of essence of life. So you activate the four diaphragm. Okay? So we have to be, the important part is activate the cranial diaphragm. Okay? So let's stand up. Some people, if you don't want to stand up, you can sit down. Okay? Yeah, but sometimes you stand up a little bit better. When we sit too long, that is what hurting the whole lumbar. Hurting the whole lumbar. Okay? So let's tapping on the door of life. So you see, you hit on the navel. The other page, you hit on the door of light. Sometimes we hit on the lower abdominal. We activate the dantian. So navel, hit here on the lower abdominal. That is the dantian. Okay. And okay. So we call activate the dantian. Okay, activate the dantian. Okay, now sparkle breathing. So this is the fixed pattern. You should do it every morning. Very simple. Okay, so sparkle breathing. So we have when we inhale, we're opening the chest. You see, opening the chest. Open. Okay, the back curve and opening the chest and your chin. Like this, okay, And when you exhale, you curve your sacrum and round your lumbar and sink your chest. Okay, so everything contract down. And when you inhale, everything opening up. Lung, spinal cord, chest, everything open. And when you exhale, cloudy and gray color. So the mind process is really help. Okay, so we want to breathe in the golden light, and when you exhale, think all the cloudy and gray color out. So you started to let go all the sadness, depression, emotional sickness. It's all going out as a cloudy and gray color. It's very simple and very good practice. Let it go. So all we have, all in our life is we cannot let go. And sickness also, what? When you cannot let go, sickness also don't want to let go. Very simple. So when you look at all the negative emotional, sick energy is a cloudy and gray color. And you learn how to exhale, let it go to the earth. Your mind is saying, hey, I want to return you back to the Mother Earth, which you're going to be happy. And Mother Earth will convert this sick energy into good energy again. And now when it convert to good energy, you can come back. You welcome them when they're good energy, they come back. We need energy, okay? So golden light, exhale, cloudy and gray color, okay? So get your stand a little bit wider than your shoulder. And when you so you see inhale, and when you exhale, inhale, breathing in, smile is the key. Smile and opening this mid eyebrow and forehead. Breathe in the golden light into your scalp, down your neck, down your thoracic, down your lumbar sacrum, and see them as a golden light. Don't worry, in the beginning you cannot see them. But you train every day, I have a golden spine. That is very good. Otherwise, spinal cord hold the most emotional. They hold the most emotional. Any emotional immediately is going to be stationed in the spinal cord. And that's why we are so stressful, because the whole spinal cord, okay? So get your stand about a little bit only wider than your stand, okay? Wider than your shoulder a little bit. So inhale, breathe in the golden light, smile. Exhale, open your mouth, cloudy and gray color out. Inhale, smile. You can close your eyes, smile, breathe in the golden light. Exhale. Inhale. Open your chest, breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Golden light coming into your into your brain, scalp, your spinal cord, and gradually go to the whole body. Exhale, cloudy gray color. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So 9 times. So 7, 8, 9. Now rest. Inhale, exhale, and smile. Smile to your scalp, to your your neck, 7 cervical, your chest, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, and coccyx cecum, and see them as golden light. See them as golden light. Don't worry if you don't see them in the golden light, but you train, you believe it when you are born. Golden light. Okay. You are, when you exhale, you feel a cloudy gray color go up. Now, a lot of negative, because when emotional always going to station in the spinal cord. Because that's where all the nervous system are. We get stressed because the spinal cord, too nervous, too much stress. Okay. So I do one more time, 9 times. I cannot guide you to now, not you do it. Now. Now. 7, 8, 9. You can do 9, or you can go on to 18 or 36. Okay? But start with slow. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 4, 36. That's it. Okay. So now just relax. Just smile and aware your spinal cord. You know, inside body. And when you turn inwardly, that's it. Nothing. Okay? It's darkness. But when you turn inwardly, you know you have organs, you have spinal cord, and that is real. That's all. If you know the location, and you know how it look like, and you smile to it, you think you really smile to it or not? Hello? When you know how it look like, know the location, know how it look like, and you hold the image and you smile to it, you think you're really smiling to them or not? Huh? You believe that? So you have to train. You have it, yes or no? You have spine, you have organ, yes or no? Yeah, you have everything. Now, is that yours? Is that yours? This organ, is that yours? Yes, it's yours. Now, if you're smiling to your loved one, they're happy or not? Huh? They're happy, yes or no? Now, is that your organ is you? Or no? Is that you? Yes. Now, for me, I'm doing this thing 50 years. I see so many people heal themselves just in a smile. Simple spinal cord breathing and smiling to their organ. That's all. It's simple. Why not? Okay? You're smiling to your organs, you're sending love to them, and now you're learning qi, you're sending good energy to them. You're smiling to them, sending good energy to them. You think they're going to get better? That's all. Very simple. So if you understand this thing, you get the practice. And so you remember that you have 5 major organs. Okay? So here you can see the heart. Yeah, the heart. Okay, the heart. The heart and the heart and the spleen. The spleen is inside here. So liver is a big one. So the spleen and the lungs, okay,
And the last, and the liver, and the kidney. So I have to take all these things out to see kidney. Okay. So, so there's the two kidney. And the last one is the liver. See, this is the liver. So, you know, when you really understand you have all these organs, and you know how it look like, and you close your eye and you know where the location, you close your eye and smile to it. When you close your eye, so when you close your eye and smile to it, you believe that, hey, you're smiling to your own organs. You believe that? Hello? Huh? That's right. And you think that you're going to do something better than that if you're smiling to your organ. So that's why the inner smile is a fixed practice that you have to learn. The inner smile, we start with 5 major organs: the lungs, and the heart, and the spleen. Yeah, the spleen. Okay, the heart, the spleen, and the lungs, and the kidney, at the back here, kidney, 2 kidney, and the liver. That is what the whole 5 major organ. And the rest is digestion system. Okay, so you learn, very important every day you have to do it, is 3 lines. So the first line is the spinal cord. Okay, so I guide you through again. Hope you get it. And we're going to go to the embryonic breathing. Okay, let me guide you to the embryonic breathing. We call a fetus breathing. So let's stand up again. So we start with lower abdominal breathing. So we start with this. So your hand touch below the navel. Okay? So we call the lower dantian. And when you focus in this breathing, your diaphragm go lower. That is better. Okay? Now, so inhale. Now, right. So that is lower abdominal breathing. So your focus is below the navel, and you push against your finger. That's all. If you do this every day, that is your diaphragm move much lower, and that's all we do. Now, in the Tao also say that when you do this below the navel, you also activate the dantian, we call the energy center. Below the navel, there are fire. There are fire energy there. So after you do, you touch here below the navel, and you feel it's warm. Fire burning, and it's warm. So that is the first step. Okay. Now, we're going to do the embryonic breathing. So embryonic breathing is very simple. We're going to do with abdominal breathing. After that, we exhale. When we finish, we exhale, and we hold and hold your breath, no breathing. Okay, you hold your breath, no breathing, and you hold it until and you activate them by no breathing but moving your abdominal. I make the sound, you don't have to make the sound. But I just show you that I'm not breathing, okay? And finally, I exhale. Again, flatten down the stomach.
Now, in this time, I activate the pelvic floor. And when I can hold longer, if not, I inhale, exhale. You use the lung sound to finish the sound. So now you started to feel that your diaphragm breathing. And diaphragm breathing will activate the pelvic floor breathing. Now the pelvic floor will activate the cranial because the pelvic, everything is set on the pelvic floor, especially the head. Okay, so the head actually on the pelvic floor, everything goes down because we're standing up. So the cranial have a weight on the pelvic floor. Okay, so after that, we're going to start to learn pelvic and cranial breathing. So that is beginning of the we call embryonic breathing. Okay. So we inhale, the cranial activate, inhale, exhale. Actually no breathe. So I'm holding the breath, no breathing. So I feel my cranial activate. My crown is activate. So when I contract, my cranial is started to move. Okay. So that is beginning, we call a fetus breathing. So baby born, if you lightly touch, you see the skull is breathing. Okay, the baby's skull is breathing. Okay, and so that's why they discovered the crib death. That means the fetus and the baby died, and sometimes no reason. And now they discover that they are moved. Sometimes they started to move, and they head on the bed, and they cannot breathe because the head pushing. If they push on the right way on here on the crown, they cannot. The skull cannot move, and they cannot move. And that is the reason of quick death. So now they have more. Put all the pad all around, so that can save a lot. So the cranial breathing is when we are fetus, we are breathing that. When we are baby, we also breathing. Okay, and that involved with the pelvic floor. Okay, so a pelvic floor, you have to learn how. All you do is we do the breathing. We do this breathing 9, rest 9, 4 times 36. Okay, after that, the last breath we exhale, and you hold the breath. Hold your breath. You don't have to do this, but if you want, make sure you're not breathing. And when you hold the breath, now you move your abdominal. Now, when you move this, you feel that the pelvic floor activate. And when pelvic floor activate, cranial activate. Okay, so that is you completing we call the embryonic breathing. Okay, so the pelvic and cranial is synchronized. It's synchronized. So when you do, now the cranial started to activate. And when you have the cranial activate, now you're going to be, we call embryonic breathing. Okay? So any question on this? Yes. We can sit down for a moment. Yes, go ahead.
You mentioned when we started that there were 4 diaphragms, and then you mentioned the pubic,
So we have
the cranial, and the abdominal. What's the 4th one?
Okay, So we are laryngeal diaphragm, but we don't use them. Laryngeal diaphragm, we call the dragon and tiger breath. So dragon is a high pitch out. So it's the dragon and tiger breath. So in a lot of qigong practice, we use dragon and tiger breath. So you do like you breathe. There's the dragon breath. There's the tiger breath. So that is the you activate pubic diaphragm, thoracic diaphragm, cranial diaphragm. Cranial diaphragm have to work with the pubic. Yeah, pubic. So when you feel the pubic fall activate, the cranial start to activate. And that is okay. So let's go to the embryonic breathing. So we finish this one. So this is the major embryonic breathing. Okay. So we have to stand up again. So when you get the pubic embryonic breathing, this is the skull and pubic breathing, okay? And there are no breathing, no, and I mean the abdominal breathe but no breathing, breathe but not breathe. Okay, so you're breathing but no breathing. You think, you see, like I hold my breath. Now my thoracic are moving, my pubic floor moving. Now I can control, activate the cranial. So my cranial started to breathe. My cranial started to activate because pubic floor and cranial are synchronized. So that is the key. So when I get the pubic floor, the first thing is diaphragm has to work. Now, when you do this, that is the laryngeal diaphragm. That is the throat diaphragm. We can speak in different ways because we have this laryngeal diaphragm. Okay, so let's do the abdominal breathing. We have to do 36 times. So easy way to count is 9. So 9 rest, and rest for a moment, and we go on. So we continue 4 sets. Okay, again, second time. Rest, second time. Third time. Okay. Now last time. Now exhale. Hold your breath. Now no breathing. Your abdominal move up and down, no breathing. And cranial activate, pubic. And exhale, inhale, exhale. Now you rest. When you rest, you started to feel your cranial started to activate. Your cranial started to activate. And so when you focus on pubic floor breathing it out, exhale. So don't worry about this. This diaphragm always moves by itself. But focus on the pubic floor and aware your cranial. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, Exhale. Inhale. Now aware your cranial. So you see, slowly you feel you can feel your pelvic floor are moving up and down. Pelvic floor move up and very gentle up and down, and you feel your cranial. Yeah. Who have the microphone? When you need, the best thing is when we practice, no question. But now you okay.
Are you referring to the perineum when you talk about the pubic floor, the perineum coming up?
Pelvic floor is the perineum.
It's the same. Okay.
Yes. So we call the floor, the lowest part of the body. That means in the trunk.
I have two technical questions.
Yes.
So at the end of the breathing, we exhale, and then we do the breath. And when we're done, we exhale again. So are you keeping air in your lungs after the first exhale?
Let me go to the whole thing again. Because
Okay.
your question is in the between. Guide you to let's talk about the embryonic breathing. Okay? Let's start over again. You can sit down for a moment. Okay, I show you the embryonic breathing. Embryonic breathing is when you exhale, you stop breathing, but you're not breathing. So, okay, I show you, but you don't need to do that. But I show you. So you exhale, I hold. Now, you see here, I'm not breathing, but I activate this diaphragm, the thoracic diaphragm, and I activate the pubic diaphragm, okay? But the pubic diaphragm have a link to the cranial diaphragm, and that's what the Tao talking about 1,000 years. So when I started to, my cranial started to activate. The pubic so my pubic and cranial started to breathe. Because this is the diaphragm we never use. We don't use that much. Cranial diaphragm. That's important. Okay. Now, when we are baby, you can see the scalp breathing. When you grow up, it's everything fixed. And we don't have this. But inside there, they're still breathing. The brain inside there breathing. And that's why this embryonic breathing, we're opening all your energy center. Because that's why I show you this picture that you started to, after you breathe, pubic floor breathing, cranial breathing. And when you rest, now you aware of, we are aware of the mid-eyebrow, blue, throat, nose, mid-eyebrow, blue, and the crown, dark violet. Okay? Dark violet is important because the dark violet for men, you go right direct into the perineum. So the dark violet go right to the prostate gland, it enhances the prostate gland. That is the whole important part of dark violet. Now for lady, is the silver moon on the back here. So the white light shining right down to the vagina. Okay? And the white light in the silver moon, we call the disinfection light. Disinfection light. So you feel it shining right down into the moon. For men, when you have this pubic floor shining down with white light, and that is the same thing, man and woman, when you have this pubic floor, because hui yin is mean the darkness. Very dark, because very low. In the bottom of the sea. In the bottom of the sea. So when you have light And you always see them, train yourself to see a silver moon on the back of the head, shining down, and here is white. So the white light is the energy of the white blood cell. You know how many trillion cells we have, white blood cell? That's our army, our soldier. An army and soldier, they can fight white light. Yeah, that's all. When they know white light, they know energy to fight. So when the perineum, you have silver light shining down. So this is all the, when you do other higher level, we do a lot of this. Golden light and silver light. Golden light, definitely, you're shining them into the solar plexus, have gold. And you started to train to have gold aura. You started to train all the bone with gold. So if you have gold aura, gold bone, you attract gold. Why not? You know, so gold follow you. Yeah. You have gold. Yeah. And so and this is the practice in the Tao, how to get wealth. We have the whole course for that. Okay. And the wellness, wealth, and health Qigong practice. But the bone is yellow. So we always like to grow all the bone. When you have pain, pain in anywhere, you think gold over there. Okay? And gold gonna make your bone stronger and heal it. Golden bone, the yellow bone, we call golden bone. So when you think the bone is gold, you have a stronger bone. And okay. So okay. We finished. No, we say I'm going to show you that. Okay, the question. Get closer. What you say? The suction. Suction is sucking. It's sucking the universal energy in. You know, the whole key is that, yes. When you have no suction, energy everywhere around us, but it cannot come in. Okay. The suction is the suction is that in the crown. When you develop it, it's in the direct in the crown. In the crown center here have a suction. Mid eyebrow also have suction. So all this area have suction. Yeah. And when you developing the pelvic floor, activate the cranial. So when the cranial activated, it started to have a suction, especially the crown. Yeah. So no, tongue is tongue. Tongue is the connection. So when you have tongue up, it makes the circuit connect. That's all. You have two circuits. We call the governor channel, come up to the palate. Functional channel come up to the tongue. When this come, when you have enough qi, it connect and it vibrating. Okay, qi started to vibrate. Or sometimes you feel tingling, yeah. Electricity flow that way. And let's stand up, do the embryonic breathing. Let's do 36. Let's do 6, 9, 18. Okay. And after that we break. And later on just 36. Just 36. Somebody cannot do it. Okay. So below the navel. Okay, below the navel. This is dantian. You have below the navel, above the navel. This is the dantian is the absorption system area. That's all the small intestine. Above the dantian, we call the digestion system. That's all the stomach, the liver, the pancreas, spleen. That is all the digestion system. Okay? So when you're breathing and you emphasize in the organs, when you do this lower abdominal breathing, you're really increasing your soft absorption. Okay? So, abdominal breathing is always good. Okay? It's always good. Every day you do it. But you have, in the down way, is you have to separate them. Absorption, digestion. Is that important? Important in your life? Hello? Is that important in your life or no? Yeah. Okay. So do it every day. Okay. So, okay. Touch the navel and below. So, let's do 36. You count yourself. Ready? And exhale, rest. Exhale, flatten down your stomach. Now, hold your breath. You can beginning by hold your breath and move your abdominal. And exhale. Inhale. Now, aware your pubic and cranial. Inhale. Very gentle. Inhale, breathing. Pubic floor activate. Cranial. Started to breathe. If you cannot feel it, don't worry. Okay? We do it until we do a few times. Question? No question? Okay. So, pubic activate, cranial. So let's do it. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Cranial. You feel cranial started to breathe. Started to work with pubic floor first because pubic and cranial, they link. They link together. So when you started to work with pubic floor breathing, inhale, and you start to aware your cranial. Exhale. And you feel the crown, that's the first part, the crown started to have some suction breathing, okay? And rest. Mind. So just mind, aware your cranial, aware your pubic. Pubic floor is important. You need to breathe them, work with them every day. Because that's the floor. Especially lady, when that floor are weak, the whole uterus, everything gonna sag down. That it's just like you walk on the floor and and I don't think you like that, It's because the floor going to be falling down anytime. But pelvic floor is important. And the pelvic floor is maintained by qi, by energy. It's very important is the energy. It maintains it. So that is why the qi, okay, you have enough energy. Otherwise, the pelvic floor are set down. Okay, and cranial. When you started to gentle feel the pelvic floor breathing, now the cranial started to activate. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah.
Thank you. So when we do the pelvic floor opening and squeezing, I can do it very easily when we do it with the breath, because we do it a lot slower, and then I can feel the pelvic floor opening, going up.
That's
but
good.
if we do it without the actual breath, then it's a lot faster. So is that, I can't do it this fast. Is that a practice thing, or?
Okay. Some people easier, and you're younger, so you're easier. Now, what she asked is right. You can, the whole key is we want this pelvic floor synchronized with the cranial. That is what we need. So it's not fast. So I do see when I feel synchronized. So I inhale. My eye roll up, look up to my scalp. My eye roll up, look up to my scalp. I look down to perineum first. Look down to perineum. And when I contract, I roll up, look up. And I feel my eye activate the cranial. And exhale, my eye looking down to perineum. Inhale, I contract, I roll up, a pelvic floor contracting, I roll up, look up, exhale. So I started to synchronize my pelvic floor breathing and the cranial breathing. Now, thoracic diaphragm is by itself. Okay, so that is every time you breathe, this diaphragm breathing. Okay, but the pelvic floor is the lowest diaphragm, the lowest, and the cranial diaphragm is the highest. Okay, so the lowest, highest have to synchronize. Okay. Now, when you use the dragon breath, okay, you activate 4. So you see, I contract perineum, the sound, my eye roll up, I feel my cranial activate. Together with pelvic diaphragm and the lying diaphragm. So it's a 4. But that is, we use them into a dragon breath. And that is in a different Qigong. You need either a lot of position, you need power. So we have the whole Qigong, and you use the tiger breath. So you're pushing down the diaphragm. So you have the tiger breath. So the dragon and tiger breath. So you activate, so the dragon, tiger breath activate 4 diaphragm. Okay? Okay? Let's stand up. Okay? Yes, you want question? Okay, go ahead.
I know that for some practices, women are taught to soften the pelvic floor on an inhale and contract it on an exhale, but it seems like this is the opposite.
That's reverse, no problem.
So for this breathing, it's okay
we have the normal and reverse breathing. Yeah. So you see, when you inhale, contract, exhale, release. Now when you reverse, inhale, suck your stomach in, you suck your pelvic floor up. So that is another breathing. And so when you inhale, when you inhale, you suck your stomach in, and you pull, and the pelvic floor going to come up. So you enhance it by inhale, pull up, and your cranial activate. You squeeze your cranial, and when you exhale, you open it. Okay. So that is part of the embryonic breathing. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah. Okay.
You said today that, sorry, with regards to today's practice, you said that white light will help with the immune system, but then you
Donc,
said
vous
that
avez
and that's
parlé
what women
du...
need to do through the, what was it called? And then for men, you said that the men should visualize violet light.
Okay, sorry, I mentioned too many things and you're confused. I teach you too many things. Okay, let me sum up for you. Let me sum up to you. I talk too much, so that's the problem, okay? I give you too much, okay? Okay, the white light, we talk about here. The silver light is, there are two lights. So I talk too much because there's all the other practice, not in what we hear practice, okay? So since I say that, okay. So in the back of the head, there are, you think a moon, and the moon have two lights. So you have to single out what light you want. You want silver moon. Silver moon is a white light. So silver moon is going to enhance the white blood cell. That is the whole key. It disinfection. For lady, when you have the silver light coming down into the center and shining down to the vagina, you disinfection, you clean them out. Okay? And you can clean out a lot of negative energy inside there. Because lady is too much open and receive everything. Okay, so it receive too many negative parts. So you always have to use silver light, clean out the whole pubic area. Okay, that is disinfection. And clean out the negative. Now, men, when you have the white light shining down to perineum, and you always see the pelvic floor white, that is the energy of the white blood cell. Okay? Now, I also mentioned that when you see a golden light here, and this golden light shining, you're shining them down into the solar plexus and see the golden light and grow the bone and everything become gold. And that attract wealth and healthy. That okay? That answer your question? Okay. Okay. Let's finish the embryonic breathing. Okay? Otherwise, we cannot go anywhere. So, okay. So we're going to go to embryonic breathing and the primordial breath. They're the same one. Primordial breath, we switch into the violet light. And that is when you have embryonic breathing, you activate the 4 diaphragm. Okay? So that is we call the dragon breath. Activate this sliding diaphragm. And when you do the you feel the pelvic floor activate. The diaphragm, thoracic diaphragm, is moved by itself. Pelvic, thoracic, and larynx and cranial. So you feel a contraction. We call the 4 diaphragm activate. And when you do and so you relax all these 4 diaphragm. So we call and exhale, hold for a moment, and you feel the pelvic floor activate, the thoracic activate, cranial, and larynx. And exhale. So we relax everything, we call tiger sound. So the dragon sound activate all 4 diaphragms. So you have to, when you inhale, pelvic floor contract, thoracic activate, larynx activate, cranial contract, and when you exhale, tiger sound. activate. So let's stand up and do it. Okay. So once you get it, you don't need the hand. Okay, you know. 4 diaphragm activate. Exhale. Okay. Okay. Inhale. Pubic, thoracic, larynx, cranial activate. Exhale. Tiger sound. Inhale. 4 diaphragm activate. Exhale. Again, inhale. So we have pubic diaphragm, thoracic diaphragm, larynx diaphragm, cranial diaphragm. 4. The cranial you feel when you contract perineum and you feel a contraction here. And when you exhale, so the 4 diaphragm direct. Okay, one more time. Pubic, thoracic, larynx, cranial. I roll up, look up. It helps you activate the cranial. Exhale. Okay, one more time. Contract perineum, thoracic, larynx, cranial. When pubic floor activate, it activates the cranial. Exhale. Okay, inhale. Exhale. And brush it down. We always like to bring energy down to the dantian. Otherwise, energy can stuck in the brain, which we don't like, and make you headache, you know. Okay, but you do the lung. If you feel too much energy ahead, 3 times. And rub it down. 1, 2, 3, 9 times, at least 9 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you feel energy coming down to your lower dantian, below the navel. Cover your dantian. And you feel the qi here. And you feel the qi here. Okay. So that is the okay. So let again ambient deep breathing. So let's do 9 times. Now exhale. Now you hold your breath, but you don't need. But I told you hold your breath. And now pubic floor activate. And cranium start to activate. When you cannot rest, exhale. Inhale. Inhale. At least 3 times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So ambient breathing, you hold the breath. So the pubic floor activate, and you activate the cranial activate. And when you cannot, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Okay. So the 4 diaphragm activate is important. Okay. Usually we don't have much about the cranium and the pubic. Okay. And move together. Okay. No, don't sit down yet. Let's stand up and then do it. Okay, let's do one more time. Abdominal breathing. Focus on the lower dantian. So are you ready? Now, exhale. Hold your breath. And start to move your abdominal. And you cannot exhale. Inhale. Lung sound. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And rest, walk, brush your teeth down. So that is the embryonic breathing. Okay. Now, any question on this part? We have the okay. You exhale. So okay. We do the abdominal breathing. Now exhale. Hold your breath. Now hold your breath. Now you are not. We call inhale without inhaling. You're not breathing, but you are breathing. Okay, so you hold your breath. So that is the embryonic breathing. Is that okay? Hello? You hold your breath and you breathe and emphasize on the pelvic floor, cranial. And now you have to be breathe. When you hold, you cannot. You need to breathe now. So you exhale again. Inhale and exhale. Lung sound, releasing extra energy. Inhale, exhale. Yeah, like that. Okay, is that clear? Hello. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, sorry. Translation? Hello? Okay. Yes? We haven't teach this course, but I just mentioned it. Okay, so since you mentioned dragon is high pitch sound. Oh! So you're breathing. Oh! And tiger sound. Okay, so dragon. So you contract perineum anus, sexual organ pull up. So you activate the 4 diaphragm and exhale. Relax all the 4 diaphragm. Okay, but actually it's not in this part. Hello? Is that okay? Okay, merci. Let's take a short break. And we come back to, because this one will take long. Activate the, I'm going to help you transmit the light again the second time. And we're going to the So we finish the 4 diaphragm and the spiritual muscle. Now we're going to hearing light. We already opening the energy center and the skull. We're opening the skull and the gate of light. Okay. So we take a break.